Alright, should be all good.
You've done fine work for Sublight. By the transitive property of reputation, I am now in Sublight's good books. Well done. What's on your mind?
Nothing much. There's some reason you're hiding behind bulletproof glass. I wanted to talk about the Hope. I already know why he's behind bulletproof glass. I want to talk about the Hope.
Certainly. How can I help?
Should I expect resistance? Just so we're clear, you know the shit. People aren't going.
Unlikely. The Hope is as massive as the board.
Alright. No more questions, I'm ready.
I know you're wondering why I'm doing all this. Why I believe the people on the Hope are the answer to the colony's problems. The Hope is carrying some of humanity's most brilliant thinkers, scientists, engineers, experts in their field. If we work together, we can still find a way to save Halcyon. The board would have us believe Halcyon is beyond saving. I choose to believe otherwise. If there's even the slightest chance we can save Halcyon from oblivion, then we have to take it.
There's some reason you're hiding behind bulletproof glass. I guess I can pick that just so he'll,
It's not you.
just so it's
Do
exhausted.
experiments in that room. Some of them get quite scientific. The unexpected is to be treasured, but from a safe distance. Regardless, it's quite comfortable in here, you know. I have my beans, have my caffeinoids, plenty of toilet paper.
Anyway,
Hey boss, I want to talk to you.
what's up, Felix?
You know, they're gonna make a serial about our adventures one day. I've been trying to think of a good title for this episode. I like the sound of The Skip Job. No, wait, I got it. Hope in Dark Times. Get it? Hope? Like the ship.
I get it.
That's what folks in the business call wordplay.
Got it. I bet Felix, our adventure serial's gonna need a name. Our adventure serial's gonna need a name too. Yeah, I got it. This isn't a serial drama. We're not heroes in some fanciful story. Our adventure serial's gonna need a name too.
Yeah, I've been thinking about that. Got a list right here.
A whole
Thrilling
list.
Tales of the Unreliable. Or maybe spine-chilling stories from the edge of the system. Was also considering astounding adventures in the ether. I'm partial to that last one.
Everyone says Aether different. For Adventures of Stage Fright and Company, I'm glad you're having fun, but we've got a job to do. Squeeze the bridge of your nose. Felix. How about this one? Felix's adventures and shutting up and doing as he's told. Glad you're having fun, but we've got a job to do.
Yeah, we got a job to do. We're hijacking a lost colony ship and slamming it right into the rings of Terra 2. Stealing the Hope from the board, skipping it across the whole damn system. This is gonna be great. I can't wait.
I like your attitude, Felix.
Enough to boost my pay? I'm just kidding, boss. I know you don't pay me. I'm sure you've got plans to make. As for me, I gotta keep practicing my signature dropkick. The Hope might have cameras.
Where's Max? Oh, this.
If I still believed in the grand plan, a revelation like this would have seriously shaken my faith. Knowing you, I can only assume you have already begun formulating a plan to deal with this. So tell me, what are we going to do?
You think I have a plan? I don't know yet. We'll have to dig more into the issue and sort it out. If I fail to see how it's our problem. I don't know, but someone's going to die, and it won't be us.
I hate to contradict you by pointing out that everyone dies. But it is better to die last, I suppose. Something vexing you, Captain?
Seems somewhat odd with you. I'm not going to get into that right now. I do want to see what the rest of the crew has to say about everything.
Yeah, so this is my hidey spot now. I was looking for a place that was quiet. I figured the kitchen would be louder than the hold, so here I am. Cozy like, ain't it?
Alright, so nothing to say about,
I could hire myself out to ships in need someday. Be my own mechanic, like how Ellie's her own doctor. I wonder sometimes.
so no one else has anything to say?
Hot, damn it. Are you listening in there? You can't be hogging the facilities for 40 damn minutes. You ought to see Ellie. You got a condition or something.
Hey, Cap.
You getting along with the crew?
Parvati showed me how to properly grease the magazine release on one of my firearms. She's a smart one, you know. Opal was quiet in the same way. She'd hang back, out of sight, then all of a sudden pop in with a bit of wisdom out of nowhere. Shit. Look at me dredging up bygone days. Forget I said anything.
I'm not pushy, talk when you're ready.
I will.
Oh, so you're the one taking up the bathroom for 40 minutes.
Captain, I hope Dr. Wells has not dragged you into one of his irrational schemes again. My diagnosis of his mental stability is not flattering. Welcome back, Captain. How can I be of assistance?
Do you have anything? Nope.
May luck be with you.
Anyway, back to the Hope.
We have arrived at the Hope.
Home sweet home.
To reroute power from our ship to the Hope's auxiliary generator. You'll have to connect me to the Hope's comm system so I can convince her central computer to enable the skip drive.
Alright, what's going to happen if I skip the Hope?
If your calculations are even slightly off, you could crash the entire colony ship into Terra too. Or the sun.
Let's hope they're accurate then. What was I doing again? Tell me about the Hope. Nope, that's all. Alright, I'll bring... yeah, stick with these two for now. Oh, look. Guards. Did they say anything?
You ought to see Quincy for your assignment.
Not really. So there is, in fact, security here. They don't seem to mind that someone boarded the ship.
Good, we're in.
Well, hello. So it's pretty much mostly built like the Groundbreaker. Come back to that after I decided what I want to do with the guards. Oh, performance issues. Surprised I'm allowed to just walk into this place. Okay, can't just walk into that spot though. Yellow.
Nicely done.
Wow, that is very low level. Just gonna... No, I didn't see you there.
You know, when they posted us here, I told them there wasn't any point. Nobody would be so stupid as to fly to the ass end of the colony for this derelict. Shows how much I know. You've got about 5 seconds to tell me what you're doing here before I make you take a walk outside.
Hold that thought. Okay, first off, I'm gonna use that workbench. And at least modify the weapons I have equipped. Damage. No. Fire. Spread. Thing doesn't really have spread, so install that. Magazine size. Plasma, it's already a plasma weapon. I'll just give it a bigger magazine. It's these things, especially once I charge them, seem to run out pretty quick. Range weapon spread. Plus 25. Post armor damage. I mean, this doesn't seem to really have that problem. Honestly, it doesn't seem to need it at all. I also have a lot of these, so why not? I didn't realize I had that equipped. This thing definitely do with less spread. Mag size. And I also just give it a bigger magazine. Pretty sure that's not all what I had equipped. That's because this thing already has mods installed on it. Where's the shotgun I just installed stuff onto? Is that on one of these two? Okay, I gave it to him. Alright, so then I'll just come back in here and modify one of my own. Don't need more than one of those. Don't need a grenade launcher 2 when grenade launcher 3 is a thing that I actually have. On that note, actually, I'll upgrade this. Critical. Is fire rate and size. I know that makes it more effective versus robots. Plasma just seems generally pretty damaging. And I haven't been paying a lot of attention. I think corrosive would just be like towards like more armored targets, but I don't know. I don't know, making it sort of a plasma launcher strikes me as kind of funny, because it would kind of make me think of the Wraith tanks in Halo. And again, I've got a lot of these things, so why not? So wait a second, dude. Is one of these guys missing a weapon? Oh no. It's just that Max is the only one that I can modify. I don't think I need to worry about durability. Speed, swing noise, speed, and plasma, attack damage, weapon damage. Wait, what's that? What's the difference between these two? Acid. I don't know, I guess that one. Never really bothered with these things. Somehow I don't think this thing really needs higher fire rate. So actually that is kind of funny for DPS, like just sending it from a lot to just absolutely insane. Actually, screw it. Just make it a huge magazine with an insane rate of fire. Just because that's funny. I don't even remember what N-rays do. Oh, didn't notice this. Oh, that leads me into the room I was just in. So since that guy doesn't want to just let me through, I don't really care about pissing off the board. Oh, crap. Nope. Boy, howdy, that's unfortunate. If I can just, Nah. Don't mind me. Ooh. Maybe take that a little bit slower. Just occurred to me, I don't think I ever say boy howdy unironically. That by itself is a bit different. Let's do this. Because that should be fun or interesting, at least. But the... You realize there was a low ceiling there. Alright, so didn't realize I could just walk in, because I didn't realize I have the thing to do that. Continue, messages, automated audio. Anything else? Not really. That doesn't seem to go anywhere. Don't mind me.
You'll have to show me how to do that.
Continue. Automated, automated. Right, anyway. Auxiliary power. Comes. Let you move on. My disguise probably wore off. Yep.
What?
Don't worry about anything. It's all good. Just a dude sneaking around. You guys kind of scared me for a second.
What was that? Hey! I don't recognize you.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to make sure you belong here.
Alright. I was transferred here by HHC.
I guess you got a point.
I better get back to work.
Just don't make more paperwork for me, alright?
Are you shooting me, or...? Okay, he's not shooting me. The robots are finally getting hostile. Anyway, should probably do this really quick. Alright, cool. There's that. And, that. That. And since I've been using that thing, probably makes sense to increase the mag size. Now, don't mind me as I just casually walk in here. And let myself into here, which is kind of the way I meant to go.
Can you hear me, Captain? I have successfully integrated the
All right.
I see you've located the stasis chambers. Which pod were you slumbering in for so long, Captain?
My pod's not here. Authorized access will result in immediate termination upon your arrival in Halcyon. Status, logs, removal.
This must be unsettling for you, Captain.
Anyway, Hope Bridge. What is going on over here? That is a big sprat.
Should we assign Sam for a cleanup?
Like something out of that one horror serial. What was it called? Oh, yeah. Slaughter Island.
Are these sprats eating people out of these? Nope. Don't know if in the void just happened. I'm ready. Get down just in case I'm going insane. I pulled a guy out of a pod and his arm got all clammy, rubbery almost. I poked it for a bit and it started to fucking liquefy like it was made of water. Stuffed him back in quick as I could, but the rest of him ain't in a good way. Don't think he'll make it. This better not be a fucking trend ender. After all this, we're gonna starve anyway. Okay. So some of the people, some of the crew, I assume, tried to pull people from the pods, and it didn't go well.
Keep your shoulders up.
It's gonna go around you.
The Hope's former crew. Shall we hold a moment of silence for the...
Nah, don't think I'm too concerned with a moment of silence for the crew.
That's the Hope's computer up ahead. I'll admit, I am curious to wake him.
Hey, if this all goes wrong and we end up flying into the sun, I just want you all to know it was a real pleasure.
Oh, thank you, Felix.
Greetings, Captain. I am speaking to you through the Hope's computer system. It's a rather cramped feeling, but it'll do.
Take a quick sip of coffee. Alright. Ready to skip the Hope. Wait, before I do this, tell me, Ada, am I really doing the right thing? I mean, I would assume so, and I don't think Ada would have any real input on the situation. I'm kind of curious if maybe I should just kill all the UDL members on the ship. But I also am not 100% sure that I want to ruin any potential reputation with the board just yet.
Are you sure? That is extremely dangerous. Skipping the Hope will void the warranty on the skip drive. And also potentially kill an entire planet. How is my humor now, Captain? Improved?
Skip the Hope to Terra 2.
Jump-starting the skip drive. Destination set to the rings of Terra 2.
Do it.
Worst way is to go out, I suppose. It's nice knowing you, boss.
Doing it. I mean, affirmative. Skipping the Hope in 3, 2, 1.
ADA, does your captain seriously intend to do a micro-jump in system with engines that haven't been powered in 70 years on a derelict ship?
That is what my captain intends, yes.
But that is a gross misuse of the skip drive. The Zero Point Drives Corp and I will not be held responsible for any damage incurred during transport, and this will cause extreme damage.
Yes, I am aware of that.
You should not be doing this. The humans will die.
Thank you, Hope. It looks like all systems are go. Captain, I would advise you to hold on to something. Now.
And here we go. And there we are.
Oh, good. We are still alive and have successfully skipped into Terra 2's orbit. I reported as much to Phineas Wells, but he has not responded. Perhaps you should check in on him.
Bugs. Status. Alright, so is there still soldiers here? Because, I mean, I didn't kill them. The heck? Okay, is there a ladder? There it is. Still disguised, so I assume the soldiers might still be here. What's up, dudes?
That's the last of him.
Yeah. In hindsight, I probably should just killed them anyway. Because, like, they are bored soldiers. I did just bring the ship to Phineas's front door. So, less troops on board, the better. Oh. Machine gun 2. Helmet. Not sure why that helmet is stealing. The rooms these people... The people whose rooms this would have been are long dead. Well, I guess unless they were appropriated by the soldiers, but they're all about to die anyway. Oops.
Well done.
So I did not properly go through all of these.
Everyone all right?
And if I remember, there's only one dude left over here.
I'm gonna go have a look.
Anyway. Right, now to talk to Phineas. May or may not be in a spot of trouble.
Captain, I am receiving a Captain, I shall now play the transmission I received from Dr. Wells.
The board is here. They've found me somehow. They're about to blast my door open. I can't stop them from getting me, and there isn't enough time to explain everything. But there's something very important you need to remember. The board, all their lackeys, they're all a bunch of swine. Do you hear me? They're fucking corporate swine. You fucking pigs! I'll take you all out with me! I'll never...
It would seem the recording captured some rather dire events. I presume you'll want to dock at the orbital lab to check on your associate as soon as possible?
Yes.
How can I be of assistance?
You can get us there immediately.
Goodbye. Now arriving at Phineas's top secret orbital lab.
Yeah, he's possibly dead.
Heads up!
What's up?
That's the last of them.
Yeah. I'm gonna sneeze again. I don't want to sneeze. Alright. No, most elite entries from terminal memory, no telling who might be looking. First entry, the Hope made it into Halcyon after all, 25 years too late. The board doesn't know what to do with an entire ship full of frozen colonists. Naturally, they're going to leave them there. Corporate tells us survival is impossible. They've tried absolutely nothing. And apparently, they're all out of options. Balderdash, okay. Yeah, 113 seconds, new record. Most of my subjects last 93 seconds on average before total cellular liquefaction reduces them to several gallons of organic soup, 3 degrees above freezing temperature. 113 seconds of screaming. The subject was stronger than the others, but in the end, his body failed to survive the revival. Okay. I always suspected this would happen. The board finally discovered what I'd done and sent their headhunters to track me down, but they'll never find me. They say I'm a murderer, and they're right. I am. I regret what I've done, but I'm not about to turn myself into the board. I'm not going to go begging the board's forgiveness. Only the Hope's colonists can forgive me for what I've done. They're the only people who can set things right, and I'm going to find a way to revive them, no matter how long I have to stay hiding. Okay. Well. Exit. So yeah, he liquefied quite a few people in an attempt to be able to revive the rest of them. Neutrino. There's nav key. Finn's force. What is Finn's force? An interesting one. Yeah. Okay. That's potentially more damage per shot. It's also a lower level, so that's probably why it's not as high for DPS. Light ammo. Yoink, yoink, yoink. Light ammo. Alright, going to Tartarus then. Which, since I don't see a corpse here, probably where he might have gone. Where I go anywhere? They have so much money to spend on everything. First off, that. I haven't tinkered with much of anything. Curious about this, though. If I bring that up to the same level as a... Where's my other assault rifle? If I bring it up to the same level as that, is the DPS comparable? Still lower. That's probably because it does N-ray. I still don't know what N-ray does. I need to... Yeah, I'm just gonna Google it real quick, what N-ray is. It does half the damage but ignores armor. Okay. That makes sense. Oh, God. Yeah, little sniffly.
Captain, as it appears we may soon be embarking for a maximum security prison planet, I believe the crew would like to speak with you to, as you humans put it, air some concerns.
Fair.
Doc Wells never hurt nobody. Just a kindly old fella living by his lonesome up in the rings, tinkering at his table. The board just couldn't leave him be.
To extract the scientist, you will need to infiltrate the labyrinth. But that course of action is likely to be quite dangerous, Captain.
If we can't abandon Phidias, we have to free him if we've any hope of... Okay, so he's not dead, he's imprisoned. So bad about the labyrinth. Alright, figures I've got to be the one to save the day. Alright, what's so bad about the labyrinth? I assume it's a prison. Alright. Move to freedom if we've any hope of saving the colony.
I am programmed to warn you whenever you exhibit inclinations toward risky behavior. Breaking into Tartarus will not be easy.
Getting in is the simple part. It's getting out again that's the trouble. Trust me, I know.
Let's just do it. Kick down some doors, grab Doc Wells, and cut a path out. We don't need a plan. We got guns.
If you really mean to do this, you should see to your final affairs and close out any unfinished business. Once you sneak into Tartarus, you may be there a while. Or permanently.
Well, it's a good thing I went and did, like, everything I could find up to this point. Like, if there's any quest I have not done yet, then it is pretty hidden away at this point, or it's something that I didn't really want to do as this character. Alright. We're doing it. Everyone strap in. We'll go eventually, but we'd better prepare. Crew, what do you think about all this?
It's the craziest plan I've ever heard. And I mean that as a compliment.
You didn't hire me to think. And I ain't about to start now. You're my boss. And I'll walk into fire with you.
I think it's insane. But maybe the colony needs a healthy dose of insanity right about now.
I know it's dangerous. And I won't lie and say I'm not scared out of my wits. But I couldn't live with myself if we didn't do something.
You're asking for more than bravery from us, Captain. But there are worse ways to go than dying for a good cause. I'm in.
Let Sam get the grime out. It's what our units do best.
The entire plan is a terrible idea, but I admire your bravado, Captain, which leads me to illogically believe, against the odds, that you will be successful.
Alright, we're doing it. Everybody strap in. Alright, I do... see it. I like that Felix is, like, probably, like, hands down the most loyal member of my whole crew. Like, he's just like, hell yeah, let's do this. I don't care what it is. I'll follow you into battle no matter where it is. Which kind of makes me wonder if I was siding with the board, if he'd actually, like, completely do a 180 on that. So I'm definitely bringing Felix with. And Max has experience with prison, so I might bring him anyway. Even though, like, whether or not I'm going to make use of his particular skill set is to be seen. Right. Everybody strap in, we're doing this.
If we don't make it, at least it'll be a great story.
Got my trusty tossball stick, got my ass-kicking boots. I'm ready, boss.
Outstanding.
You can count on us, Captain. We're crew. For real crew. That means we got each other's backs. Right?
Never thought I'd volunteer to break into a prison. Seems like your tendency towards risky behavior is rubbing off on me, Captain.
Command not recognized.
Waiting on your command, Captain.
Command not recognized. Alright, yeah, I'm bringing Felix and Max. Besides this place, I think this is the only place I haven't really been. I think. Alright, you're about to salt the labyrinth on Tartarus and determine the fate of Halcyon Colony. Saves made after this point can only finish the main story on Tartarus. Side quests, downloaded content, DLC such as Paralon Gorgon and Murder on and Eridanos will be unavailable for any saves made beyond this point. Good thing I already did those. If there's anything you want to do before you enter the prison, do it now before you cross the point of no return. Would you like to continue? Yes, I would. Would you like to save? Sure.
I am pleased to inform you that we have arrived at the labyrinth. Please be advised that the punishment for trespassing is execution. Please be advised that electrical storms on the surface of Tartarus make departure impossible at this time.
Alright. Know anything useful about Tartarus?
Resident count is as follows: 3,071. Resident deaths, including but not limited to executions, are as follows: 1,684. Resident escapes are as follows: 0. The interior can be chilly. Take a scarf with you, Captain. I would also ask that you leave your captain's ID with me, in the event that you do not return.
You promise not to leave without me?
I can make the assurance that I will not leave with another captain unless you do not return within 876,541,652 hours. Oh, speak of the devil. Captain, I am receiving a transmission from the prison's docking authority now.
Attention, unauthorized spacecraft. This is a maximum security installation. Your presence here is an explicit violation of UDL corporate policy. You are hereby confined to your docking platform until a ticket detailing your crimes has been filed and notarized, at which point your vessel will be seized and you will be executed.
How long will that take? Well, of all places to get arrested, what the hell is with you people and landing violations? Wait, this isn't Terra 2, my mistake. I'll just leave. Well, of all the places to get arrested.
UDL does appreciate the courtesy you've done us by delivering yourself here. As a show of our deepest gratitude, we will make your execution quite swift.
Alright. Hey, how do I know you're a real officer under that helmet? Show me your biometric ID.
Alright. I'm feeling generous. I'm transmitting the ID of a productive, law-abiding employee so you can see what one looks like before you die. Anyway, Tartarus Docking Authority signing up. Hang on. Another ship just pulled into your dock. Wait, is that from the Groundbreaker? What the? Pay no mind to that. Just have a pleasant day.
Transmission terminated. Biometric ID received. Transferring data to external cartridge. How can I be of assistance?
Well, that's handy.
See you soon, Captain.
Oh, talking my way out of shit is fun. Anchor. Armor. Just because I like the look of it. And because I am prioritizing long guns. I probably should stick with this, though, for the bonuses. Because the bonus to damage is pretty good. Where is the armor I'm wearing? Oh. I have such an excess of bits, I don't see why not do this. Still not quite flat broke either. Now I'm pretty flat broke. And yeah, still gonna stick with these two. Partially because of everyone. They seem the most concerned with, like, bringing down the system. And I just really like that. Well, not gonna let the Mardettes fight alone. Yeah, I didn't realize the Mardettes were showing up, so may as well fight alongside these guys. Do any of you have a name, though?
Hey.
No, not so much.
Great work.
Uh-oh. The Mardette died.
Nicely done.
Alright, now moving on. After I pick this. Wait. Huh. Probably not a shop anywhere nearby, is there?
How long we last on the surface? Entering the labyrinth's the easy part. Making it back out. I'm still trusting your plan on that one, Captain. I suppose it would be too late to back out now, huh? Fear not, Captain. I'll watch your back.
Yeah, it's definitely too late to back out. For now, just walk past everyone. I do want to see if I can find a store so I can, or a vendor so I can offload some of the junk that I have. Don't see one. That's not very reassuring.
Are you new here? I didn't think we were hiring more staff.
Are you talking while on shift?
Oh, no. Don't tell anyone, please.
Everyone gets one mistake. Just don't do it again.
Thank you.
Some of the stuff you can get away with these people. What does this do? I don't have enough hack for that. Sealed. Oh, I'm standing under it. You know what? Since I'm at the ass end of the game, just gonna break down, break down, break down, break down. I'm gonna keep that just because I think it's stylish. And break it down. I have way more guns than I will ever need, and a ton more than I will ever use. Please get rid of the heavy weapons. You need a new tossball stick, so... Wait, what am I doing? I have that. I have 2 of these for some reason. Never gonna use it. In fact, I don't think I'm gonna use any of the freaking pistols I have. Just get rid of that one because it's not a unique one. Why I would like to keep the unique ones though. I'm pretty sure that's my reason for keeping most of this stuff, is it's unique. Funny I get to... Ooh, look! Funny I get to this part and suddenly it's okay to not be one of the UDL soldiers. Damn. Science, that's just heavy. Okay, how good is the stuff that you two have on? 65, 68, and then 121 and 131. So do I have... Since it's right there. That. And I don't have enough for the other thing. Granted, that's on me. You have a fuck ton more of these than I'm ever going to use. Did that give me enough? Nope. Oh well. Oh look. Oh, it's just one of every vendor in here, isn't it? That probably wasn't the best or only that I could have bought from. Only a lot better than this one. So that one's got a better helmet. It's just weapons. 40, 19, 67. You. Anyway. Vicar, put on a new helmet. Put on this armor. I would like you guys to not just go down at a moment's notice. Take another sip of coffee. Okay. This looks hackable. What does this button do? What's this? What's this? What's up, dude? Just gonna... Mind me?
Let's go, troops. Stellar Base counting on us.
Ardettes? Oh, Iconoclast. Well, in that case... If I got allies, then I'm fighting alongside the allies. And Iconoclasts are, so far, probably my favorite. Hello, stuck. Any more? What up? Nope. Do I have? That's more accurate. Any more? I mean, I suppose the people down below are hostile, but they can't get up here. Wait, what? Why? Oh, wait, I think I know why. For some reason, I think the disguise triggered, and that's why. Which is stupid, but I don't think there's really a way of turning it off. So yeah, knowing that the Iconoclasts pop in,
I'm working as fast as I can, all right? If y'all would quit.
were you?
Is that a joke? Y'all call me out to fix the FPS, and now you're asking me.
Don't jump down my throat, I just got here.
Whatever. I need to fix the
I don't know what FPS is.
forced pacification system. If the prisoners riot, we gas them. It went a little haywire after the last. Anyway, I need to fix.
Okay. Hold that thought.
I'll keep quiet.
Surprised you guys are disguised at the moment.
Today.
Anyway,
This is what the board wants. Every worker in Halcyon stuffed into one of those chambers.
is there a way of just manually disabling my disguise?
Let's go, troops. Stellar base counting on us.
Hold up. Let me through. Alright, one of you had a name. really don't want the Iconoclasts to turn hostile again, so I'm just gonna leave them. Because the disguise immediately kicked in again. I really don't want to have to shoot them.
Soldier?
Well, look who it is.
So,
I'll be damned. I was prepping the studio for our announcement, and here you are as a bonus. And I see you've brought the kid along. Babysitters may be expensive, but they're worth it, you know.
Yeah, keep talking, pal. I'll just keep thinking of a place to bury your body.
And the convict. The vicar. You know, most people, once they're out of prison, don't seem keen on returning.
Oh, I would go anywhere to see you fall, sir.
When you go off and get yourself shot, try to avoid taking one to the face. I'll want it recognizable to show to my citizens.
Talking like that, you're making a awfully big assumption when you think you're walking out of here alive. Chairman Rockwell, I presume?
My word! You've correctly identified the most recognizable man in the colony. Remarkable. It's a wonder what Phineas saw in you. Then again, he's an insane person. Thankfully, he's our insane person now. A proper company man.
Phineas would rather die than cooperate.
Yes, he is an extraordinarily obstinate fellow, isn't he? Fine, he isn't working for us per se. Semantics, he'll come around.
Sure.
But that's between us. As far as my adoring citizens will know, we've turned a dangerous crackpot into a working-class man. It's a miracle.
That crackpot is saving the frozen colonists you gave up on.
Oh yes, go on, wake them up, add more mouths to feed. That'll solve our starvation problems. I don't know what half-baked plans that simpleton in a lab coat has been leading you through, but it's done. It's over. Let me ask you something, Captain. Have you at any point thought about not fucking up our entire society?
I believe we could ask you the same.
I'm making actual progress towards stabilization and recovery. You're just getting in the way.
No, you're trying to make it so only you can survive while everyone else is frozen, like the people on the Hope. I know I wouldn't have to if you'd been more cooperative about all this. You know, the thought honestly hadn't crossed my mind. I'm just trying to help. You'd prefer to keep riding this downward spiral? I can fix this place.
If I and my people can ride it out in luxury and happiness, yes, I would. I don't know if you've noticed, Captain, but Halcyon's pretty much a lost cause.
Yeah, so you're not trying to save anything. With your resources and some of the folks on the Hope, we could do a lot. I'm going to get your administration's cooperation one way or another. Just business, Rockwell, your resources and your gumption. We could do some. And you need my help. Heck. Honestly, I want to just shoot him.
I'll admit, there's no shortage of talent in the scientists and engineers there. Look, I'm not an unreasonable man. If you manage to storm the castle, as it were, and make it out of here with Phineas alive, I can't exactly afford more havoc than you've already caused. Fine. If you survive, you'll need someone to sell the rest of the board on your plan.
Are you out of your mind? Rockwell's the biggest monster in Halcyon. You got any idea how many lives he's destroyed? How many people he's hurt? I've had enough. You even think about cooperating with this animal? And you and I are finished.
I'll be honest, I really just wanted the XP. Okay, your loyalty is worth more than a Rockwell subservience.
You're damn right it is.
If you're gonna place more faith on this brat than the chairman of the fucking colony, then there's no hope for you. Go get yourself killed.
Real quick. Nope, not that one. There it is. Kind of expected more on this dude. And, you know, I quick saved, but, fuck it, I'd rather just keep him dead.
All right, MSI. I'm not one for rousing speeches, but the captain needs our help. So,
What's up, dudes?
Something's not right.
I'm not. Everything in my life has been leading up to this point. I believe I am ready for this.
Forgot I even had this equipped. Actually, I'm gonna... Okay, still on you.
Captain.
Hello.
You have an uncanny talent for complicating my life.
Don't I just?
You've disrupted the balance of power. You've upset the natural order of things. You've introduced uncertainty, and there is nothing I despise more than uncertainty.
Well, that just sucks, don't it? It's over, Sophia. Stand down. We're liberating Halcyon, and there's not a damn thing you can do to stop us. You sure love talking. Do they pay you by the word?
Typical. Running your mouth in the middle of a crisis. It's almost as if you delight in chaos.
A little bit.
I should have dealt with you a long time ago. You were always too dangerous to leave unchecked.
Well, that's your fault. Alright. Can we hurry along? I've got a colony to save. Ah, stop. You're making me blush.
I suppose I shouldn't be surprised by your impertinence. Leaving you alive was my greatest mistake.
Mm-hmm.
But it is a mistake I intend to correct.
Good luck.
I have Dr. Wells in my custody. Once I've secured his cooperation, I can move forward with the program. I can repair the damage you've done. I can set things right.
That sucks, but don't test me, Sophia. It's bad for your health. You don't understand. Phineas is my friend. I'm not leaving without him. I don't enjoy the thought of killing you. There's been enough violence already. Don't test me, Sophia. It's bad for your health.
I'm aware of your propensity for violence. Halcyon is a bloodier place because of you. I wish you'd simply cooperated with me. You're the finest marksman in Halcyon. You could have been my gun.
I'm rescuing Phineas, and I'm going through you if I have to.
I had a feeling you'd say that. This prison is equipped with an automechanical warden. I've had it programmed to eliminate you on sight and rinse your remains down a drain. And don't worry, I will inform Dr. Wells that you died heroically or something.
Anyway, if I'm dealing with that... What does the Zappy Zap? This does Zappy Zap. It needs to be upgraded before it's worth anything. This also does a Zappy Zap. I don't specialize in that. So... Plasma will do just fine against an automechanical. My bad, that's not a Zappy Zap, that's a frosty thing. That does zap. Not quite. Bit unfortunate. Pretty sure I had a shotgun that does zap, that does electrical damage. Oh, here it is. Swap it out for that. Anyway. Actually, swap this back to something with heavy ammo, since this also uses light. Uses light. Switch back to that. Possibly... That does ignore armor, so... Try that out, actually. That must be the warden. What's this do? Designate Bram as a hostile intruder. Well, that was easy. Clearly, the thing wasn't half as tough as Sophia thought it was. Wow. You were nothing. A single burst.
Get me out of here!
You don't know how glad I am to see you. You did the right thing. Akande was a monster. Her death was much deserved, and long overdue. And you lunatic, you broke into the board's own fortress just to rescue one doddering old man. You are absolutely out of your mind, and I can't begin to thank you enough.
Alright, you alright? What did they do to you?
I'm all right, thanks to you. Akande wanted my cooperation. I'm quite sure she would have beaten it out of me if you hadn't arrived. You've broken the board's stranglehold on this colony, and you saved my life. But there's still so much we have yet to accomplish. You and I are going to have to work harder than ever to save Halcyon. I'm afraid the situation is far worse than any of us ever anticipated.
I don't like the sound of that at all.
Earth has gone dark. We haven't received a single message in 3 years. There's been no communication, no signals, nothing. 2 years ago, the Earth's Directorate's frigate disappeared on their way back to Earth. We don't know what they discovered when they arrived, or if they arrived at all.
Hold on, Doc. Are you telling me the Earth went dark 3 years ago, and the board's just been covering this up?
They've been incredibly effective at concealing the truth. Right now, the only people in the colony who know are standing in this room.
Earth is only an idea to us, but that idea is the bedrock the colony is built upon. If people were to find out it's gone dark, the shock could be too much to bear.
I don't want to imagine what'll happen once news gets out. Let's just keep this between us for now. We're in serious trouble, my friend. Do you know what this means for Halcyon? We can't rely on Earth for support anymore. We've been cut loose. We're entirely on our own.
Alright, we have a lot of work. We have a lot of work ahead of us. We'd best get started. I want to ask you something.
Yes, certainly. I'll help however I can.
Okay. What do you think happened?
I don't know what happened, but something must have gone horribly wrong. I don't know why Earth's gone silent. I don't even know if Earth exists anymore. We have no connection back to Earth, and return is likely impossible. We're completely alone out here.
How do you know all this?
I heard it from Akande herself. She tried to pressure me into joining her side, you see. Tried to make me realize that all hope is lost, and that we are alone. She was half right. We are alone, and we're going to have to fend for ourselves, because there's no telling what's happened to Earth.
Alright, you mentioned a frigate disappearing.
You might have heard of the Earth Directorate's frigate. Half the colony's entire military was on that ship. They were returning to Earth when they vanished without a trace. That was 2 years ago. We haven't heard a word from them since. Whatever happened to Earth likely happened to them.
Right, you said there haven't been any new messages from Earth.
Yes, Akande mentioned as much. Earth hasn't sent us a single message in 3 years. No one knows why. Akande had kept the truth to herself, perhaps with good reason. Can you imagine what would have happened if word got out? We'd have utter pandemonium.
Alright. Relay station Nerscylla has picked up... It hasn't picked up any unencrypted messages in 3 years. Relay station Nerscylla hasn't picked up any unencrypted messages in 3 years.
Yes, you were the one who reactivated that relay station, weren't you? Any message from Earth would have arrived unencrypted. It's been 3 years since our last message. The board tried using drones to contact Earth. Every one of those drones sent back the same encrypted message. Earth is completely silent.
There's nothing else I want to know about... There's nothing, Right, there's something else. I want to know about the other colonists, Phineas.
I wasn't trying to hide the truth from you, but after all you've done, I owe you an explanation. Yes, I experimented on the Hope's colonists. Each of my experiments ended in catastrophic failure. Each of my subjects died in agony. You are my first and only success. I didn't tell you about the others because I didn't want to burden you. My failures are my own to bear, not yours.
Forgive you. Well, better late than never. I forgive you, Phineas.
Thank you. Perhaps in time I'll learn to forgive myself. My apologies. I need to get a hold of myself. We've far more pressing issues to worry about right now. If you have any more questions, ask me. I'll answer as best I can.
Nope, that's it.
Yes, we do. You've done a marvelous thing. You've succeeded where anyone else would have failed, including me. We must begin the revival process immediately, starting with the Hope's brightest minds. And then we're going to fix this damn colony, one problem at a time. We're going to need a leader, and I can't imagine a better person for the job than you. What do you say, old friend? Will you help us?
I mean, yeah, I'm already balls deep in this whole thing, so somebody has to run this colony. I'm the only competent person left. You can count on me. I'll help you revive the other colonists. I'm going to do what I've always done, whatever I want, all the time. I'll help you revive the other colonists.
When I revived you, I thought you were going to help me save this colony. I was wrong. I had our roles reversed, you see. You're the one who's going to save us all. I'm just the one who set you on your path. You're the best thing to ever happen to Halcyon. If you want to take it upon yourself to lead this colony, you have my support. We're not a colony any longer, are we? Our last connection to Earth has been severed, and so we have been set free. Our future is uncertain, and no one knows what tomorrow holds. Exciting, isn't it?
Wait, is that where it ends?
The OSI teaches that everything in the universe happens according to the grand plan. But the stranger that arrived in Halcyon was an unplanned variable. From the moment he landed in Emerald Vale, his actions altered the course of history. The events on Tartarus brought about the end of the Board's authority. But the Board's mistakes would haunt the colony for decades to come. The damage they left behind would require the work of a generation to repair. Dr. Phineas Wells began reviving a handful of the Hope's colonists. Engineers, scientists, technicians, and intellectuals. They were among the brightest minds the Earth had ever sent out into the stars. The Hope scientists and engineers woke up in a colony descending headlong into total collapse. With no way to return to Earth, they had no choice but to band together and devote themselves to the cause of saving Halcyon. The people of Halcyon were nothing if not hardy. In the absence of the Board's authority, many of the colony's settlements banded together with a single purpose in mind: survival. Life was especially hard in the years to come. Some towns dissolved by attrition and starvation, but most of them found a way to carry on. In the years to come, Halcyon was forced to reckon with its newfound freedom. The Board was gone, and for better or worse, the colony was responsible for its own destiny. Between MSI's worker-centric policies and the iconoclast's manpower, Sanjar and Zora were able to rally many of the Terra 2 townships to their cause. MSI's workforce swelled, and the iconoclasts enjoyed a significant surge in their ranks. The Board was too distracted by infighting and internal politics to stop MSI from becoming a powerful corporation and a refuge for townships that might have fallen through the cracks. Consumed by paranoia, Lilia Hagen took Sublight Salvage in a controversial direction, openly accusing Board officials of an extraterrestrial conspiracy. One day, an accident at the Groundbreaker's docking bay silenced her forever. Time would tell if her replacement could keep the Sublight family together. After returning to Edgewater, the deserters negotiated workplace reforms with Reed Thompson, including a single day of rest, which came to be known as a weekend. As the world around him changed, Thompson found himself pining for the old days. He was known to spend his weekends in the cantina, nursing one of the few remaining bottles of Zero G, and repeating to himself, "It's not the best choice, it's Spacer's choice." As for Adelaide McDevitt, she tended to her garden in solitude for another year before passing away. Her body was discovered some months later when Reed Thompson paid her a visit in an effort to make amends. Her remains were buried in a place of honor underneath the floor of the Edgewater Cannery. Reed believed this was what she always wanted.
It definitely wasn't.
Under the leadership of Junlei Tennyson, the Groundbreaker held firm against corporate influence. The ship's mechanical stability gave Junlei the time to educate a promising generation of engineers schooled in her family's traditions. The future of the Groundbreaker looks promising. The rediscovery of the Hope and the abandonment of the lifetime employment program forced Byzantium to come to terms with some uncomfortable realities about the state of Halcyon. While Byzantines were reluctant to surrender the luxuries they'd grown accustomed to, the board's diminished authority gave them little choice in the matter. Nearly everyone had to learn to make do with less. Some even had to get jobs. It was a dark time indeed. Even the Gorgon asteroid, though a distant enigma to most of Halcyon, felt the aftershocks of your actions. The destroyed Adrenatime synthesizer became a symbol of the board's cruelty and a rallying point for Wells and his scientists as they sought to build a more humane, ethical Halcyon. They cleared the dead from Gorgon's laboratories and repurposed them to aid in the crucial work of solving the colony's nutrition crisis. Gorgon, which had once sown death and destruction across Halcyon, became a source of hope and renewal. With nothing to show for her years of effort, Minnie Ambrose finally gave up on Project Gorgon. Though Gorgon was not the end of her aspirations, failure cast a long shadow that haunted her for years to come. She never forgot the intrepid freelancer who betrayed her and offered many a bitter toast in his name. The Gorgon Project's final explosive end was bittersweet for Olivia Ambrose. She wandered the colony's fringes alone, searching for others like her who despised the board and meant to destroy them. In time, she found Phineas Wells and his cadre of scientists, and she joined them in their efforts to save Halcyon. For a while, she even knew an uneasy peace. But for all that, Olivia found purpose in Wells' project. She was always haunted by the knowledge that Minnie, the bright daughter she'd so grievously wronged, refused to work beside her. She never did forgive herself for the horror her work had wrought on Halcyon, but she remembered fondly the daring captain who'd let her daughter live. In spite of everything, the Gorgon asteroid remained a sobering reminder of the potential for progress and disaster in humanity's most ambitious efforts. The Rizzo's company in Halcyon dissolved after the collapse of the board. Needless to say, the launch of Spectrum Brown was indefinitely delayed. A stockpile of Spectrum Brown remains buried deep beneath the ruins of the old distillery, abandoned to time and attrition. With the dissolution of the board, Ruth Bellamy found herself without the two constants in her life: Byzantine culture and her sister Belinda. In the face of this new reality, she struggled to find a direction for her life. The colony had moved on from Halcyon Helen and would require new heroes in the years to come. And so Ruth Bellamy decided it was time to exit stage left. She quietly disappeared from public view. The dissolution of the board did not mean the dissolution of the ambitions of Cedric Kincannon, the charismatic leader of Sublight Underground. Cedric offered Slug's transportation services to the newly thawed colonists and set to work ferrying resources and food wherever they were most needed. For better or worse, slug headgear became fashionable in the following years. As the board began to disintegrate, Spencer Woolrich found himself at a crossroads. Cling to what little stardom remained to him, or help usher Halcyon into its new future. To the surprise of many, perhaps himself most of all, Spencer chose the latter option. Having learned a variety of different skills in the many different roles played throughout his lengthy career, Spencer founded a radio serial dedicated to staying alive despite the odds. His subjects included how to survive violent encounters with only grazing wounds, dispense pithy one-liners for tense scenarios, and, of course, how to look good doing both. After a brief attempt at dating Helen as one person rather than two, which both Bertie and Helen found too strange, Bertie struck out on his own to try his hand at raising woolly cows. Many of his former Rangers teammates soon followed, accompanied by the woolly cow the team had originally plied with alcohol. The dairy farm thrived under Bertie's leadership and care. The Dairy Rangers privately believed that the woolly cows softened Bertie's temper considerably, although the only one brave enough to say this to his face was promptly headbutted. Due to the board's dissolution, many of the Prophet's old customers no longer found quite the same value in productivity seminars that they once had. With her business drying up, the Prophet chose to take her followers down a new path. Months later, salvagers on Eridanos found clues leading them to a seemingly abandoned bunker out in the wilderness. Inside, they discovered horribly mangled corpses, sacrificed to a blood-scrawled portrait of a sprat-headed deity. The Prophet was not among the bodies. Your influence shifted Ellie's perspective. She finally admitted, albeit grudgingly, that she just might need other people. Sometimes. With a steady income from the life insurance payouts, she was finally able to afford a ship of her own. She hired a small crew and flew supply missions to communities on the fringe. Some of them were even legal. Life in Halcyon was sobering for Felix Millstone. The grand revolution he dreamed of never came. There was no great awakening for the colony, no celebrations in the streets. There was only the hard, desperate work of trying to repair a broken colony. Felix never had a head for numbers, but if there was labor to be done, he was there to help. Eventually, Felix realized that the work of a revolution was done with two hands. As much as he enjoyed his adventures aboard the Unreliable, the vicar, known as Max, eventually decided that it was time to move on, to live out the life he had sought so long to create. He knew there were many in the colony who carried burdens much worse than the ones he had struggled with, and he devoted himself to easing their suffering wherever he could. He only ever took up arms again to defend the defenseless. Unshackled from a lifetime of striving and fighting the universe and himself, Vicar Maximilian de Soto was finally at peace. Once the matter with the Hope colonists was resolved, Junlei bashfully asked Parvati if she'd like to join her permanently on the Groundbreaker, and Parvati enthusiastically, if somewhat awkwardly, agreed.
Aww.
The stories of her adventures spread across the colony, and Parvati soon found herself the center of attention. Having served as the engineer of a renowned spacecraft, tramp freighters and wildcat miners sought her out by name, and in no time, she was a fixture in the Groundbreaker's mechanical ecosystem. She and Junlei were never far apart. Nyoka returned to Monarch to take another crack at making a permanent life for herself. She formed the Charon Group, a mercenary outfit of ragtag survivalists and wilderness experts. Anyone in need of a guide or just looking to throw back a beer and swap stories, could find her camping on the trail or clearing an infestation. The SAM unit that accompanied you spread awareness of the product line's superior sanitation and maintenance capabilities across what was left of the colony. This led to a boost in SAM unit sales. Did you know that SAM units are the longest-lasting, toughest-acting cleaning solution in Halcyon? Minister Clark was released from house arrest, and his contact with you gave him a sense of renewed purpose and vigor. Once it became clear that no help would be coming from Earth, he threw his considerable efforts and talents into helping Halcyon manage the crisis before it. As for Dr. Phineas Wells, he spent his remaining years in his orbital lab. He eventually came to terms with his own past, and was able to forgive the mistakes of his younger self by devoting his remaining years to serving the colony. In the end, Dr. Wells was able to save every scientist and engineer aboard the Hope. Over the next decade, nearly all of the Hope's remaining colonists were successfully revived. Halcyon saw a period of rapid technological and scientific advancement. Breakthroughs in dietary supplements saved the colony from starvation. Geoengineering projects and social reforms began to change the structure and character of the colony. Dr. Wells laid the groundwork for the project to save the colony, but he would never live to see the fruits of his labor. He passed away a few years later. His work was carried on by the scientists and engineers he revived. Today, Halcyon has stabilized. The people of the colony work hard to adapt to their new circumstances. Nearby colonies send aid and supplies. Life will never be easy in Halcyon, but for the first time in its history, there exists a sense of real, genuine hope about the future. And what about you, the unplanned variable in the history of Halcyon? Long after Wells passed away, you carried on his work with more energy, determination, and brilliance than he could ever muster. The years that followed were hard, but Halcyon survived by the efforts of the Hope's most promising colonists, the greatest of which was you. No one knows what's happened to Earth, and no one knows what the future has in store for Halcyon. All we know for certain is this: the name of the Unreliable and that of its intrepid captain will remain the subject of countless stories for years to come.
Yay! Alright, skip that because I don't care about the credits. Alright, well, I'm happy with the endings I got. Because I don't know if there was anything I did that I could have possibly got a better outcome with. Alright. So, I'm only about halfway through the stream, so I'm gonna exit out of this and just play something else.